Hervey Bay. It covers thousands of square kilometres between Fraser Island and the mainland. The region has been fished commercially since the earliest days of European settlement in the mid-1800s. Since then, it has provided abundant catches for generations of fishing families and for seafood consumers in the district and throughout southeast Queensland. The region from Tin Can Bay to Bundaberg remains an important source of seafood, and it's famous for products like prawns, scallops, fish and crabs. While seafood catches are sustainable and the environment well protected, commercial fishers realise they must play their role in protecting the marine habitat as the region grows, facing new pressures from an expanding population. One of the responses from fishers is volunteering for an environmental management system, or EMS, funded through the Australian Government's Caring for Our Country program. The EMS here was developed by local industry in conjunction with the Queensland Seafood Industry Association. Local fishers document their fishing practices and look for ways to further improve their environmental performance. It is a way to readily demonstrate continuing commitment to sustainable fishing practices and to stewardship of the marine environment. The EMS coordinator for the region is Elaine Luthwaite.
Fishers from each of the fisheries have made a voluntary commitment to the environment when they sign up to EMS. The EMS covers an area from Double Island Point in the south to north of Bundaberg to Baffle Creek. This is a really significant seafood region and it supports major infrastructure at Tin Can Bay, Hervey Bay and Bundaberg. The major infrastructure includes processing factories, wharf infrastructure and a fleet that covers all fisheries. It's distributed nationally and internationally, but the majority of it is sold locally here in Queensland. EMS is becoming increasingly important to fishermen. It is the foundation to their businesses. They can integrate food safety plans, marketing plans for a holistic approach to fishing as we move forward.
One of the Hervey Bay fishers signed up to the EMS program is Brad Taylor, who much of the year fishes for blue swimmer crabs offshore.
We're a commercial blue swimmer fishery out of Hervey Bay. We're working probably anywhere from 20 to 40 nautical miles offshore in depths of winter time. You know, you can get them as shallow as 15, 16 metres. Summertime, you're up to your 25 to 30 metres. And you know, summertime's your peak season, and at the moment there is plenty of them around.
Is there any bycatch?
Oh yeah, just your pinkies, your stripies, and your little paddies, and plenty of starfish. So yeah, just get all that stuff straight back over and just sort your crab. We just make sure that, you know, what rubbish does go out with on the boat, it all comes home. As I just said, all your bycatch, everything, sort of get it back out of the tray first and then get your crab out. And yeah, just try and look after the environment as much as we can.
One of the region's trawler operators committed to EMS is Kevin Ribel, based at Tin Can Bay.
I've been fishing in Tin Can Bay since 1977. I've seen a lot of changes. We, when I first came here, we had smaller boats, wet boats. Now we've gone up to bigger boats, dry boats. We've extended times at sea, better processing facilities on board. We've seen a lot of change in our nets, a lot of change in our gear, and seen a lot of boats come and go. Nets in recent years have changed, design has changed, patterns have changed, and we've now introduced turtle extrusion devices into the nets, bycatch reduction devices. We don't see turtles anymore at all, because they're obviously the turtle extrusion device is working and the turtle is escaping, he's gone. The amount of fish that we see on the tray has greatly reduced. I'd be a bit remiss to put a percentage on that, but it has dropped by at least 50% or so. Smarter fishing methods, quicker handling on the tray, everything's back in the water gone, and we seem to be producing a better product. Your percentage on the tray is more prawn, your percentage of your discard stuff is a lot less, two things happen there. You don't have as much soft and broken prawn or damaged prawn in the catch. It also allows your crew to get the product that we require to keep the prawn off the tray ASAP. We can get into our washers, we can get it into our cookers and then into our snap freezers. Sometimes within 15 minutes of landing the catch on the sorting tray, it's away, snap frozen, ready for market.
Someone else involved is third generation fisher, Brett Fox. And how long has your family been fishing this region?
My father's been fishing for 35 years. I've been fishing for 12 years with a licence, but a lot of part-time in between that after school and everything, so all my life basically.
And catching fish like whiting and bream and mullet?
Mackerel, yeah, we've caught all that. Trevally, black trevally, all those sorts of things.
Protecting the environment and saving money came together for Brett in the purchase of a jet propulsion unit to replace conventional outboard motors.
We put a jet unit on because it was a great business sense in moving forward for the future. It was more economical for fishing, the maintenance, the wear and tear was just a really big plus on the environment, and our method of catching fish in shallow water, it made it a lot easier. It was just a big bonus that we didn't have that damage on the bottom, because that's where our fish live and we do a lot of shallow water work.
With the jet unit, Brett's boat now skims across shallow water with no risk of propeller damage to the bottom or harm to marine life like dugong and turtles. Thanks to programs like EMS and with sensible fisheries management, professional fishers in the region expect that fresh local seafood will continue to be supplied in the centuries ahead, just as it has been already for more than 150 years. Fishermen are adopting environmental management systems round the Queensland coast. For more information, contact the Queensland Seafood Industry Association.
You say to the young fellas, nothing better than sitting out of a morning looking out over the island and seeing the sun coming up just on daybreak. It's a pretty hard office to beat. No, it's good.